We got 4 children, 2 daughters. One of them's here. Abby, raise your hand. I brought visual aids. Okay. This is very important to us. Both of my girls were athletes, proud to say. They're both now law students, but they have been cheering you along because you represent so many other young women like them, and you've been a symbol for all of them. And you've been traveling around the country on a bus tour, sharing your story and talking with people who've had similar experiences. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen and heard, and how widespread is this radical gender ideology? How's it impacting the young women of this country?
Yeah, we have been on a bus tour, and that is exactly what it sounds like. A big bus with our faces on it that is traveling from coast to coast, border to border. And I imagine I know certainly speaking for myself, I had the opposite reaction of Kamala Harris when seeing my face on a bus. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? But it's been amazing. We have been able to have a very diverse group, a large coalition. The Our Bodies, Our Sports Coalition, made up of groups who are traditionally conservative, who fight for conservative values. But we've gone all the way on the other side. Even last night we were here in D.C. It was amazing. We had Martina Navratilova standing right alongside us, speaking to the community, to people who are concerned about this issue. Common sense, everyday Americans who intuitively know that men and women are different. So it's not just one demographic we're appealing to here. It really is. It's widespread. Lots of people who call themselves lifelong liberals who are standing alongside us. What I've noticed in going to these different states, there's even a lot of people who are a part of the LGB, I think more so the LGB, but even broader, the LGBTQ community, who are there saying, hey, this is wrong. We see the harm. We see the severity. This isn't what we stand for. So it's cool. It really is a unifying issue, and that's not the way that it's portrayed. It's not the way it's portrayed by Congress, which when the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act was introduced, Representative Greg Steube's bill, it fell entirely on party lines, meaning 219 Republicans voted in favor of protecting women and girls in sports, and all 203, every single last one of them, mothers and fathers of their own young daughters, all 203 Democrats voted in opposition of protecting women and girls in sports. It's not the way the media portrays this issue. It doesn't portray it as a unifying issue. If you were to just watch the news, you would think this is super divisive. You would think it's partisan. It's something that is polarizing. But again, that's not the case. Every poll shows it. Every Gallup poll shows it. Over 70%, and I think that number is higher, over 70% of Americans agree that it's harmful to allow men into women's sports. You and I think everyone on this panel, everyone in this room knows that there's not a lot of issues that are deemed political that 70+% of Americans can agree on. But this right here is one of them.
Well said.